I'm going to be showing you guys a new, fun, exciting way to play NBA DFS. Now, if you're into sports trading cards, this is going to be a fun game for you as well. It kind of takes sports trading and DFS and combines it into one. If you've ever played anything like Madden Ultimate Team Mode, it's that, and you can play for free, but you can also win prizes. It's a fun new thing that's out there. Let's go ahead and touch on it. All right, so let's just get into what is Sorare. It's going to be a digital trading card game for multiple sports. We got soccer, we got NBA, and MLB. I'm going to be focusing on the NBA side of it. And to me, the best way that I can compare it would be calling it like the Madden Ultimate Team Mode, but you can actually win money doing it. Also, you can play for free and kind of work your way up into some paid categories. To me, if you guys play DraftKings at all, it's going to be like the Rainmakers, but done correctly and in a more fun way. So it's pretty simple, okay? They have it set, collect, play, win. And it really is as simple as that. It's as fun as that as well. And the nice thing about Sorare is that it's an official partner with the NBA. So we don't have to like worry about anything or anything like that. And it did start out as more of a soccer-based app, and now they're working themselves into MLB and NBA. So it is really global fans and friends. And so with that, we could be maybe gaining an edge on people that are more soccer fans, potentially. And so this is going to be a fun game that you can play twice a week and don't have to worry about the constant day-to-day grind of maybe something like FanDuel and DraftKings. So I am going to be doing a separate explanation video, but for this video, I just want to get into opening the first pack and setting the first lineup, just capturing the enjoyment of that. And so be on the lookout for a separate explanation video if you guys have any questions when you're going through for the first time. It is pretty self-explanatory, so I think you'll be able to figure it out, but let's go ahead and get into it right now. So opening the first pack, we're going to start off with selecting our MVP, our starter. And so quite clear that we would probably want to go with Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, because those guys on average are going to be the best plays. Banchero we don't want. Devin Booker maybe, but probably not, especially with the trade that the Phoenix Suns just made for KD. And Ant-Man maybe, but probably not. So we're going to go with Jokic, obviously the front leader for the MVP. That should be a solid starting point there. So I'll take this one and select him. Okay, so they're just kind of telling us how this goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and click continue. And now we get to build my team. Let's go ahead and claim these cards. All right, you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sengun, that's a good start. All right. Miles Turner, not bad. We'll take that. Fultz stepping up into a bigger role. TJ Warren, maybe we'll see with the Phoenix Suns now. Herter, not bad. Good start so far. Okay, Melton, if there's some injury stuff or a week in which maybe James Harden's out, that could be a valuable card to use. Russell probably was more valuable prior, but if AD's out or LeBron's out for a game, definitely could use him. Grayson Allen, a very solid, filler piece if we need to. Let's see here. All right, our first bad card. Our first bad card. And we're pretty deep in there, guys. Shoot, that's a very good start there. I'm worried about the rest of the cards. Let's see. Michael Green, yeah, it's getting bad. Let's see. Gabriel's not terrible. Kevin Love, not terrible, especially if it's bought out. Okay as well. Javon Carter, okay. We are getting kind of those lineup fillers. Tillman, he stepped up into a bigger role with Steven Adams out. So this could be a card that we use maybe this week. Okay, so now we're getting into kind of the lineup fillers. If players are injured, those are the players that we'd be using. I really like the start of this though. Okay, so let's go ahead and click continue. And now let's just go ahead and enter a tournament. So since we used our common cards, we're going to enter a common tournament. Okay, beginner level 1. Okay, and it's got a cap of 120. Total participants. This is a big contest size, is it not? That is pretty crazy. So let's go ahead and enter this tournament. And so we know we want to be starting out with Jokic, right? We know that. And then we have to stay under the salary cap. So each player is going to have their own salary cap. We can see 58, 42. Okay, and so that's what's going to go into this. So you can't just blindly select players. Okay, so it gives us this panel to select our lineup for this slate. And so I do want to call out that this is going to be from February 13th through the 16th. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing again on Friday. So typically speaking, we want to use Jokic, but the secret to this, guys, is going to be that we want to have the players that are going to get the most games in. Okay, so typically speaking, if we can get a player that's getting 2 games, that's going to be huge. So right off the bat, yes, Jokic, we just want to play. He's a stud. He is going to be our MVP. Okay. And so the nice thing here is that Jokic is going to be defaulted to our MVP. Okay. And that's because of his 10-game average. He should be the MVP. So he's going to be the default MVP. We're good with that. So from there, which players do we want to be on? That's going to be the most difficult part. And we also have to stay under that salary cap, remember? So to me, I actually kind of like Markelle Fultz as the next kind of best option. And so the reason why I like Fultz is because he has been gaining a lot more minutes recently. So we are going to be chasing a guy that's been a very consistent fantasy producer lately, and the minutes are most likely going to be there. So to me, he's going to seem like a safe play to use in our Sorare lineup for this week. for these 2 games. So let's go ahead and add him in there. And the best part about someone like Markelle Fultz is he's not going to take up a lot of salary. So that's going to be big. And so from there, we are going to be forced into, I think, can we get away with one of these guys? I don't think so. Like, probably not. Right? So I do want to go with Turner or Sengun, I think. Okay. And so let's just look at these 2. Let's figure out which of these 2 I want to select. So here we can see like much of a riskier base play, but he has the upside to really go out and benefit us. The biggest issue that I have is that if we pull up the over and under for this game, it is a game in which has the potential to be a blowout. Okay. So how many minutes is someone like Sengun going to get tonight? That's the biggest worry. Okay. So if we get him on 2 games, obviously we're chasing those 2 games. If one of the games only gets 19 minutes, that's a big worry to me. Now, if we pull up Miles Turner, he's currently questionable as well. Okay. And he is someone that, sure, for a while there was, putting up some consistent numbers, but it is risky because we don't know if he's going to be active. And so maybe even potentially we could fade both of those 2, which I wouldn't want to do. Do we go with D'Angelo Russell, who Russell is now on the Lakers? What kind of role is he going to have with them? Also, all the Lakers are healthy and active for tonight's game. Like, no one's out. So with that, we are already seeing like, it's getting difficult here with our player pool. I actually could see going maybe fair and balanced, going Kevin Huerter and Grayson Allen, just locking in a nice solid floor. And let's go ahead and pull up why. The issue with Kevin Huerter, 1 game. So I guess he's out there. Let's look at Grayson Allen here. And Tillman, I would love to actually play Tillman, 1 game only. And so that's the biggest thing, guys. That's probably the biggest common mistake that someone's going to make is obviously 2 games, more points. Okay, so you want to play players are going to have 2 games. And so a nice thing too, instead of like going to another site, we can also look at the production here by clicking this little information icon. Okay, we can see how productive Grayson Allen has been this whole season. And we can see very consistent production. Okay, nothing too crazy there. And so that's where I like someone like Grayson Allen. Just we are going to be getting some consistent fantasy production. And to me, that's going to be appealing. And so for now, I'll plug him in because I think he's like our next best that we're getting. Could you go with his teammate like Javon Carter, who recently has been playing well? Maybe. I don't want to do that, though, I don't think. Kevin Love, TJ Warren, probably not. And I don't think we're going to roll with any of these other guys. So I think we are going to be forced into maybe Miles Turner. We got to see the injury news, but we're going to have to go Sengun. And so we're hoping that this game stays close. We are hoping that the game stays close tonight. And then if it does, he should be someone that does go off. We see those ceiling games that he has in games that do stay close. So we're going to go ahead and plug him in. And so as it sits right now, we got about 35 left over. So we can't play Miles Turner because that exceeds the salary. We can't play D'Angelo Russell as well because that exceeds the salary. So is there maybe a spot in which we could go Javon Carter instead of Grayson Allen to fit Russell in there? Because I think that is going to give us the best upside potentially. And so this is where the fun aspect of it comes in. This is where it is much like the DFS sites like DraftKings, like FanDuel, where it's not just simple plug and play. No, we got to think about it. It's a process. And this is where you can really gain an edge on the field. I do think Carter's the move. It's not great. It's not something we're excited about doing. Let's look at Gabriel real quick. He gets 2 games in, very cheap number. The issue here would be, I think Mo Bamba is going to play and Jared Vanderbilt's going to play. You know what? Let's do something sneaky here. All right, what I was trying to do is I'm wondering if we can adjust our lineup after we pull in today's common card. Okay, our free card for the day, because remember, that is a daily thing that we get. So we're going to put Carter in here for now. We got about 3 points remaining. And so this is going to be the lineup for today. We got an MVP for Jokic, Fultz, Carter, Sengun, and Russell. So the biggest thing that we need to happen is probably for the Bucks to pull out, to blow out 2 teams, and then for the Houston Rockets not to get blown out. We need Russell to get some run, and we need Fultz to be a consistent fantasy producer. The reason why I'm not going with Turner is simply the fact that I'm worried about him not playing tonight. He's currently questionable. Okay, so let's go ahead and click submit. And so from there, we can look into potentially acquiring new cards, visit the marketplace, visit the lobby. I think I'll do that stuff in a different video, because what I want to do right now is I want to go to the daily drop. So we're going to click get free card. All right, here they are. Which one? Obviously Paul George, right? There we go. Okay, I like that. So the biggest issue that we have to worry about is obviously the number here. Okay, if we're pulling in a higher valuable asset, well, that's going to make it sometimes harder to make a good unique build. I'm definitely going to choose him. Okay, this is a great pull for the first daily card. Yeah, so we're going to choose him. Welcome to the team, Paul George. And like, that's just fun, guys. It's a fun game. So now let's see if I can edit the lineup. We can. All right, let's Sengun to Paul George. 1 left over. I like that. I like that difference. Wait, can we get up to Sengun from Russell? Chase that upside? We can. Let's go. Let's go. Good freaking start. That's the lineup. And let me, I guess, double check. Does Paul George play 2 games? He does. All right, we're good. And so like, just as an FYI, there are so many different packs that you can go ahead and purchase. Like right now, this would actually be a pretty good pack to purchase with Curry off the court, and then with Jaylen Brown out, and then with the Spurs being so banged up, like this would be a good pack to kind of instantly gain some value. Also, not a terrible pack right now. Like Duran Bogdanovic, he didn't get traded, so he's going to still be a good asset. So if this is something that is interesting to you guys, you could go ahead and buy one of these packs as well after you get done signing up. Just make sure to use the link in the description. That actually is going to kick kind of a promo bonus back to me as well. So if you guys are thinking about doing it, might as well use that promo code, and it's going to benefit me as well as you guys. But you can shop around this way, and then you can also shop around this way as well. But this is a spot in which you can make bids on the cards. And so there are going to be some situations in which some players are going to maybe be more overvalued than they should be. So just be wary about that. Sure, you can find some edges, but there also are people that are probably trying to be scammy. So, just be wary about that.